Yo, my bad. Just came back. Hello, can anyone hear me?
Enemy spy plane inbound. Enemy harp inbound.
I'm gonna pull this out. Wasn't ready.
Hardpoint identified. Hostiles have the hardpoint. Point is secure. Hardpoint is secure. Hardpoint lost. Hostile spy plane established overhead. Hardpoint is secure. We've lost the hardpoint.
Deploying RCXD.
Hardpoint is secure. Hardpoint lost. Enemy chopper gunner established above.
Well, how did he do that on you guys? Oh, I'm gonna pull this out.
How's it going, everyone? John here. Name to the FPS. That's box for me is what I like to vote.
Hey, everyone, this Hey everyone, this is Tim from Your Six Studios. Today in the studio, I'm going to show you how to add a chat box to your Streamlabs OBS live stream. Coming
What do you think looks better, without or with?
How's it going, everyone? John here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another show.
What up, what up? Hello, hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hello? Hello, hello, hello. Why isn't it working? Hello, hello, hello. Hello? Finally. Muted. Something's going on here. Hello? No. Hello, 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 hello. Yo.
The open world games trend certainly isn't going away because 2020 had many solid games that also just happened to feature large explorable worlds. Now every year we take a look back at the end of the year and round up the best open world games. So here are 10 of the best open world games released throughout 2020. Starting off at number 10, let's talk Mafia Definitive Edition. This game takes you, the protagonist Tommy Angelo, and drops you into the fictional city of Lost Heaven, Illinois, which was loosely based on Chicago, and man, did they do a good job with this. Just the way the city looks, this 1930s Great Depression, Prohibition type thing, where culture is rapidly evolving and organized crime runs rampant. The districts here are really the most interesting thing for me personally. You have like the downtown area with the elevated trains, the tall buildings, the glitz and glam, the neon lights. Then you go over to more factory-style areas, there's suburbs, there's a lot to experience here. Although I will admit, a lot of it is just sightseeing, since this is based on the original Mafia classic game. There's not a ton of like open-world side quest shenanigans here. Mostly it's a straightforward single-player narrative. There's no BS out in that open world. It's just set dressing, but it's still fun to explore just because of the tone and atmosphere and just
There are a lot of new, massively multiplayer online role-playing games coming out this year. Hi folks, it's Falcon, and today on Game Race, we gathered up the top 20 new MMORPGs you should pay attention to in 2021. Starting off at number 20, it is Odin Valhalla Rising, a Norse mythology MMO that looks like it borrows a lot from Black Desert Online. It's coming to the PC and mobile, and from the looks, its main selling point is an extremely large open world based on a lot of Norse mythology. Obviously the trailer looks really pretty, and if the game looks like that, that's of course going to be really impressive. Odin Valhalla Rising is launching sometime in 2021 for mobile and PC. At number 19, Final Fantasy XI is getting story expansions this year. There was a lot they were actually attempting to do with the game, but the pandemic forced them to work from home, and this slowed down progress on everything. However, for fans of the Final Fantasy MMO that has been going strong for nearly 20 years, it looks like they're raring up for the anniversary with some new content. Final Fantasy XI is currently available for PC, and the expansion is coming sometime this year. At number 18 is Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis, which is a total reboot without wiping out any of the old content. Now, New Genesis features a new graphics engine and tons of updates to the game, as well as a parallel open world, which you can switch between the original world and the New Genesis one. This has been a game that's been going pretty strong since 2012 in Japan, and a lot of people spend a lot of time on it. We don't have an exact date, but New Genesis is coming sometime this year. At number 17 is Project TL, an MMO sequel to the first Lineage game. Lineage is pretty old at this point. It came out way back in 1998, putting it among some of the older MMORPGs out there. The original was a top-down isometric Diablo-style game, and it should be interesting to see what they do with it. Now, info's pretty sparse, but supposedly we're seeing it sometime this year. Number 16 is Ember Sword, an independent MMORPG that apparently attempts to do something other than exploit its players via microtransactions. The big selling point of this game is that it is actually using the blockchain to run a quote-unquote real economy in which various artists in-game will be able to monetize various creations they'll create inside the MMORPG and sell to other players. It's got a nice, colorful, minimalist aesthetic to it. I think it looks like quite a bit of fun, and if the in-game economy works out, it might end up being a model you see a lot more of in the future. You can pre-register for Ember Sword now at embersword.com. They do not have a release date, but claim it will be out this year. At number 15 is Corepunk, somewhere between Ultima Online, Diablo, and Cyberpunk. Corepunk is a top-down MMORPG, which attempts to synthesize various different themes from science fiction with a fog of war system and PvP battles. Corepunk was recently delayed to spring 2021, we don't have an exact, as well. Now this game looks a lot like a hack and slash to me, however there's a lot more magic involved than what you might expect, and it has a pretty cool looking sprawling open world. There's stuff that looks to me kind of like a At number 12 is Ashes of Creation, an MMORPG built in Unreal Engine 4, which comes to us from Intrepid Studios. The game is built by creating actions that have permanent consequences, where you explore, trade, and build in order to shape the world. Ashes of Creation is coming out sometime this year on PC. At number 11, it is Blue Protocol, another anime MMORPG based around magic and a big sprawling open world that looks, to be frank, a lot like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. This is a Bandai Namco game, so it does have a fully voiced main questline, but again, there is a lot of PvE raids. However, currently PvP doesn't seem to be on the agenda. Originally, this game was going to be coming on December 31st to the PC, but obviously it didn't. Supposedly, this is a Q1 2021 release, but we will see. Pixel, who is best known for DK Online and Seven Nights, all around Chrono Odyssey, an MMORPG that takes place all around time and space. It comes to us from NPixel, who is best known for DK Online and Seven Nights, and has a music composer who worked on God of War, StarCraft, and Overwatch. It's got an interesting look to it that I didn't immediately realize it wasn't a Square game, especially given the name being Chrono Odyssey. It is not, though. It is coming to PC, iOS, and Android sometime this year. At number 9 is Wild Terra 2 New Lands, a medieval life simulating MMORPG, being a doctor's clank. At number 8 is Crowfall, an MMORPG. Managed and played it, but there's a lot of stuff about it pulls together against each other, supposedly chaining various skill combinations in what it's calling a non-targeting system. They are supposedly places later in the year. At number 7 is Ilion Ascent Infinite Realm, a game that places two realms against each other, supposedly chaining various skill combinations in what it's calling a non-targeting system. They are doing a closed beta now, and it definitely looks like a different kind of game. There is faction versus faction gameplay, and a lot of character customization. We do not know exactly when it's landing, but it will be landing on the PC sometime this year. At number 6 is Lost Ark, a Korean MMORPG, which basically uses action RPG style combat and a big open world that has been beta testing in Korea for quite a while now, and will be landing at some point in North America sometime this year. Back in 2019, this game won several awards in various categories at the Korea Game Awards, and it offers a constantly evolving world that comes in through various updates. Lost Ark is landing in North America sometime this year. At number 5 is Magic Legends, a game based in Magic the Gathering. Magic Legends has actually had a bit of a story development. It was supposed to come out last year, but hasn't, and got pushed back to spring this year. It is an MMORPG, does have its material, how it box MMO and open world, and also has aspects of the game. Different realms are forced together. Pantheon Rise of the Fallen, an MMORPG that takes place on a high fantasy world in which many different realms are forced together to create a kind of very fractured looking environment. This is a game that puts a lot of emphasis on the social aspects of the game and has you working with a lot of other players to defeat enemies more so than each other. Pantheon Rise of the Fallen is coming to Windows. The date this year is yet to be announced though. At number 2 is Crimson Desert, a game that was originally planned to be a prequel to Black Desert Online. Pearl Abyss, the developers, have set this game for winter, and it will probably look and feel at least a little bit like Black Desert Online. They have gone the other way with several various story ideas, so to try to differentiate, but it does take place in the same universe. Pearl Abyss is hitting Windows, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X, probably in the winter. And at number 1 is New World, an Amazon Game Studios MMORPG that is going to be a sandbox game in the Amazon Lumberyard engine, in which you form groups of up to 5 members, level up, explore, participate in an economy. It's set on a fictional island in the Atlantic Ocean and is set to release first quarter 2021 to Microsoft Windows. That's all for today. What do you think?
Hi guys, Vance here.
And skipper like us.
RPG
Alien Online was back.
As of last year, sees them return back to earning
More RPG game itself was MMOs and gifting the world.
start on called New Genesis. New Genesis number 6, New World. New World is an upcoming MMO first using really tech trees to make it feel more responsive and add more choice to the player. From the early tests we saw last year, we will be in the
Aim to try in 20 years who can be all three. Something which makes absolutely and a very on the first
gameplay trailer for Dungeon.
I know, Bless Online, embarrassment to the down, and a game itself. The combat of the game, which was considered case
Or system release. which features ruins from a mysterious Genshin out, and we will update you with more blue.
Do let us. And I'm Skeppy. Till next time.
Different jump. The largest releasing Occupy Fluid RuneScapes on it. Them to the large sandbox. Be doing something like Terra or Black Desert. Now, yes, play Guild Wars. Requested a good one all. We really should stream this different in world, but still is done and miles above any other MMO in terms of active player population. Now, we have a couple different MMO free. You can play comment. See, let's just split between two. I'm completely with also free to play. Really 10-9, maybe RF. What started of the next generation? I did watch the movies with Chris Pine. Now, phones are very large, but they are also split between